paper champions in the breaking scene?
Explain a paper champion. I don't think I've ever heard this before.
Box, you want to explain what a paper champion is?
It's basically somebody who's a champion, but they're not really it. It's like circumstance.
It's like the people's champ. Like the people's champ.
No, not
Rich is going to pull up the definition of description for clarity for our
I'm
audience.
a basketball team, and I'm a subpar team in a stacked division. But everybody else on the other teams just happens to get hurt, and I beat all of their scrubs, and I become the champion. That's
Rich,
a
do you have the exact definition?
I'm trying to paper champion.
What was,
paper champion.
Paper champion. Can you pull the exact definition up?
A paper champion is a champion on paper, but was either awarded the title or the title is of a lesser product or face of division company that is just not active or irrelevant.
Niggas was injured.
So my question is, are there paper champions in the breaking scene?
If you won 10 college jams,
Hold on. You don't need no help. You can speak on it. Are there paper champions in the breaking scene?
I would want to say no because the way it's set up, right, tournament style, the person who's the best that day is going to win. Sometimes there's robberies and circumstance, but at the end of the day, in order for them to win, they had to beat the person that was in front of them, right? Now, that's not to say that you could be a super high level person and the bracket was just boo-boo cheeks that day, so you just walk through everybody. That happens. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes the underdog takes it, So I don't think there's a paper champion. I think you have to beat who's in front of you. That's the thing about breaking. Like, even if you win, it might have been easy. You might have had a less bracket, but you still had to beat the people in front of you. That's like people losing the kids. When they get put up against kids in a bracket and they try to take it easier, they just get a brain fart and they lose.
But that's their fault.
That's their fault. Yes,
that's their fault.
But that's what I'm saying. You live and die by your merit.
Yeah,
right,
you know what I mean. So I don't think there can be paper champions. I think there are people who we feel like they don't represent the dance as to what it actually is. So then we feel like they're paper champions because it's like, oh, you're only winning because you're athletically gifted. You know what I mean? And, the real Bboy phase, man, the motherfuckers didn't even break and but they still had to beat everybody in front of them and earn a title.
Gotcha.
Yo, Ricky, to add on that real quick, you remember there was a time that a certain B-boy from Europe came over to Jersey, actually, and came to New York and was like in Red Bulls and did this jam and that jam and had all these accolades. And I don't think he didn't make it past top 16. It was like
a very notable world
class world class breaker.
Didn't make it
but
past
also
top 16,
looking back, and then maybe you can argue the judging. But also, if you watch that battle to this day, he didn't win that battle. He can't beat he lost to a New York B-boy.
Well, let me ask you this, Rich. Let's stay right there on that.
Yeah.
What benefits breakers the most? Being the people's champ or being a title holder champ?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What benefits breakers the most? Being the people's champ?
That's a good one.
Or being a title holder champ? Rich, you have the floor.
These niggas don't know how to make resumes, so probably people's champ. Let me stop.
Oh my God.
Nah, because we talk about paper champs and we know because we break nerds, so we know who wins what and where they from and all of that. But a lot of breakers, especially the younger people, if you didn't get a highlight clip, you know what I mean? Whether you won or lost, there's a lot of highlight clips of niggas who lost, by the way. I want to say most of them is niggas who lost or didn't win the jam that day at least. Yeah. They might have won that round or a top of 8 or whatever like that. But to me personally, being a people's champ, because being that just the way the scene is, in the way that, for example, you could go viral off of that clip, right? And then you go viral and it reaches the right person. Now they want to book you for this and that, right? Rather than you won the whole jam, but, your footage was it didn't get that many views. It wasn't the highlight clip of the night. It didn't get that many views. You got your $300 and you kept it moving. You know what I mean?
You're speaking on a lower level, like a college level?
No, I'm talking about medium level,
level.
freestyle session, right?
Damn, freestyle session's a medium?
No.
No, not the
How the mighty have fallen.
No. No name dropping.
All right, I'm just saying, right? But my point is say you won freestyle session, which kind of turns into a whole other thing. Freestyle session is a whole other thing now, but the point is Outbreak Europe or something like that, right? A lot of people, they kind of remember the winners if you're a break nerd. But if you're a regular breaker who's not a break nerd, you remember the rounds, or you remember the stance or the B-Boy Network, whatever they posted of the highlight clips, or if you post your own clips, which is people should do, is post your own clip. But it's like you remember the clip of like this round, like, yo, remember Lee did that double coffin joint at the Red Bull and this and that, and that honestly probably gets him booked easier than him actually winning. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because he gave Amir that run. Amir was the previous champion, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it turns into one of those kind of things.
Okay.
So,
all right.
that's
Let's
what's
bounce
going
that
on.
microphone back to box one. We're moving in the right direction. Box, in your opinion, is a win in your book? It's a win?
One of my aliases is Ben Diesel. And you know what he said in that movie? Said, you ask any real racer, you win by inch or a mile. A win is a win.
Win is a win.
You know what I mean? But there's also situations where you feel like I could have went the other way. I've won at times and be like, I felt like you took that. You know, and that's just because of my personal standard. Like, if I didn't bury you, I felt like you
You're
got
your own
that.
judge, right?
You know what?
I
Let's
mean?
hold it there, and I want to also bring in Heat Rock. Let me get both your perspectives with this particular question because you just brought up something very interesting. Should a title ever be overturned if a judge admits to making a mistake?
That's crazy.
Nah, because I ain't giving no money back.
You're not giving money
I
back.
ain't giving no money back.
I don't think it's
say,
possible. It's not
That's
possible.
insane.
Yeah, it's not.
And
It's
also,
deposited.
too, it
God
would just be
damn, bro.
insane. And I think,
We gotta fight. At that point,
my personal opinion,
At that point, we fight.
I don't think at the way that we're structured, the way that this is structured, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
That would really cause a huge domino effect.
I would love to see that.
Because people gonna start trying to
see
pull that
but
card
I
every
think
time.
we would go to straight mayhem if that
We made
ever
that joke
happened.
earlier, like, oh,
if
yeah,
that
you right.
ever happened once. Like, if somebody like, Box won this whole jam, Box goes home, hey, we're gonna make an announcement. 2 days later, we're making an announcement. A Box wasn't the winner. We're giving it to. Do you know what that would cause?
Well, let's stay there. Let's stay there now. Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
And then I also want to bring Box in with this one because Box also made an interesting statement earlier. Now, could you ever see a breaker ever forfeiting a title if they felt they lost a battle?
But that's
It depends on the.
You just said no.
It
You said no,
depends on
but-
the makeup of the person. I said I'm not giving no money back.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're not sincere.
Honestly, because
You're not sincere.
No, honestly, bro. Because to be real with you,
you
like
made your choice, bro.
it'll be times where I felt like I lost, and then I go watch the footage. I'm like, oh, I cooked this nigga. Like, oh no, I'm good. So like knowing myself,
That ain't
I'm
his
not
job
gonna-
to make that decision.
Exactly,
either, though.
right.
He's dancing.
I
That's
did
why
what
I'm
I
saying.
did. Bro, there's never
If you're
been a
being
job was to
honest,
battle.
you're being honest with yourself. You're being honest with others. You're like, damn,
Bro,
I thought I
but-
really lost that finals.
But I've had so many situations like that where I felt like, man, you actually won that joint, or y'all actually won that joint, and I go watch it, I'm like, oh no, I was tripping.
But you never gave back the money. You never gave the money to your opponent. You
No.
never gave the grand prize to your opponent.
Fuck.
That don't make no sense.
Because they wouldn't do it for me.
Crazy. It's
They
doggy
wouldn't
dog.
be like, man, you won that. You know what I mean? Take this money.
But also, too, like you're saying,
Take my bills.
You said it already. That's your perspective of what you felt during that time. Even as from the other side, when we're judges and we go 3, 2, 1, and we point to one person, somebody always gets pissed off, right? Because they felt they won, or they felt like they were killing.